And sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. This bout is sanctioned by the WBA president in attendance, Gervonta Davis Mendoza, along with the New York State Athletic Commission. The executive director is Matthew Delagio. Introducing our three judges scoring from ringside, from Connecticut, Glenn Feldman, from New York, Eric Marlinsky, and from New Jersey, Steve Weisfeld. Introducing a referee in charge, our third man in the ring, Steve Willis. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening, 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Lightweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, it's prime time! Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing a green trunks, hailing from and representing our nation's capital of Washington, D.C. He weighed in at the lightweight limit of 135 pounds. With a record of 25 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw, he has 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, he is moving up in weight as he attempts to capture his second World Division title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome tonight's challenger, the current WBA Super Featherweight Champion of the World, introducing Lamont, the Reaper, Roach Jr. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, tonight's defending world champion, wearing green camouflage trunks. He is fighting out of and representing his home of Baltimore, Maryland. He weighed in at a trim and ready 133.8 pounds. He is undefeated in his tremendous campaign with a record of 30 wins, no losses, 28 big wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the popular superstar of boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the hard-hitting, 5-time, 3-division world champion and the current undefeated, reigning and defending WBA lightweight champion of the world, introducing Gervonta Davis. Once again, our referee in charge is Steve Willis. Now to give instructions.
All right, here we go. Okay, gentlemen, you're both receiving instructions in the dressing room. I want you to obey the commands and protect yourselves at all times. Right now, we'll hold it on the low on the green. We're gonna go low underneath the black. All right, got it? Tackle up. It's gonna work.
Steve Willis, referee for Gervonta Davis. Well, you know the sport of boxing isn't about who throws the most. It's about who lands the right punch at the right time. Davis, a master of that science. But for Lamont Roach, he knows that when it comes to beating Davis, it's not about just skill. It's about flawless execution under constant pressure. Roach Jr. believes his IQ is sharper than the #2 pencil. But he'll need more than wit to withstand Davis's precision and power. Round number 1.
And the big question here, Mo, and I think we all want to see, is if Tank Davis is going to start fast.
We know the answer.
I know.
If you want to look for some areas Roach thinks he has advantage, one thing he said is fighting on the inside. His quote was, "We're going to see if Tank is really an inside guy in this fight."
Been well chronicled. First 3-4 rounds. Davis downloads that data like an AI-generated knockout artist. And for Roach, it's going to be up to him to, does he elect to take the fight to Davis? Does he wait for Davis to come to him?
One thing you can say about Roach, he has never looked in better shape coming in. Looks
First
big,
fight
looks
to
strong.
125, yep.
Confident, I mean.
And we talked about it, Brian Custer, all of us saying, you know, for most opponents, it's like that Mike Tyson effect. You walk to the ring, dead man walking. For Roach, though, familiarity. They've sparred a lot. Yes, they faced each other in the amateurs. And Roach is a champion. He holds a title. He may not have been on this stage before, but he knows what it takes to be a champion. And tonight he wants to make history.
Well, when you come back from defeat like he did in his first title bout against Jamel Herring, which he said created this persona of the Reaper, and you come back and put together the run that he has, that is a champion in form right there. Let's see, though. Familiarity has brought Roach, but too much confidence against Tank is a recipe for disaster.
Knowing Tank Davis, I doubt he listened to Blue Oyster Cult's "Don't Fear the Reaper," but that's the sentiment that I'm sure he has going into this fight. 1:15 left here in the opening round, and yes, a cautious start.
Yep. IQ right now from Roach. We know he's really smart, taking in data right now, trying to read Tank Davis and not trying to let Davis read him.
Might not be surprised that with 2 minutes gone, Davis has yet to land a punch.
Well, this is Roach kind of forcing Davis to take the lead, which is an interesting strategy.
That's what we talked about. But there's that tension. You need to cut it with a chainsaw with a Tank Davis fight. It says the one on his trunks, and yeah, he is the one to sell out arenas, coast to coast.
He's also the one to add interesting tattoos, creative designs. How about the red letters "Pain" on the top of his forehead?
Post Malone is jealous.
I like what Roach is doing right now, and I know most of the opponents that David has faced the first 3-4 rounds are always, they're pressuring, they're winning the rounds, and right now Roach putting that pressure, being smart with the pressure.
Well, if you're Roach, you can't be afraid if the crowd boos. That might mean that you are controlling the terms of this fight.
Well, he's been compared to Mike Tyson. Might as well get those face tattoos as well. And there we go. 1 of 12 for Davis, 3 of 17 for Roach.
No, I don't need that hook. That one right there. That one right there. One more, man. All right. Give me, sir. Don't forget to use your jab, all right? Okay? You got it? That's all right. Head off the line. Don't find yourself just standing in front of him like I did with the headlights, all right? Head side to side. Make sure you pop that jab. You toe to toe. If you're not working, get the fuck out of there, all right? Keep him in the circle, okay? How you feel? Good. Deep breath again. Throw it out one more time.
Touch something. Just touch something. Just move around here. Okay.
Head off the line.
Yeah.
All right?
New voice in the corner for Gervonta Davis, that being Barry Hunter. Calvin Ford still part of the camp. Meanwhile, in Roach's corner, his dad telling him to feint, telling him to try to lure Davis into a counter opportunity. Of course, Davis knows all about making counters count.
Well, this does align with what Roach was saying regarding his strategy. He wanted to really make Tank think. He thinks that could be the difference in his performance, obviously, compared to the others Tanks have had. So many of those fights ending by knockout, by the way.
Here's a rarity in round 1. All punches were landed to the body, albeit there were 3 for Roach, 1 for Davis, but still, all body shots.
Yeah, we talked about the reach and making Tank Davis think. And there's those feints that Roach is using right now. Try to make a mistake and make him pay. But again, I'm liking how Roach is walking Tank Davis back.
Brian, you and I talked about just this scenario. What happens when no one leads the dance? Already it's mattering.
Obviously, this fight can turn at any point. You do wonder if you're Tank, do you want to land something big to set a certain tone and precedent?
Well, he's not known to be that guy early in the early rounds, but obviously, yes, his power is just that.
And yet it's interesting. Before every Tank fight, always go back, watch tape. In those early days, my goodness, was he a beast in those first rounds. But it's low output, high accuracy, maximum damage.
How about those shoes on Tank, by the way? You can put on your makeup in the reflection of that more.
Both of them are styling and profiling with their ring fits here tonight. First championship glory. Up for grabs. Roach given special permission to move 5 pounds up for this huge opportunity. Double jab. There's a jab by Davis. Southpaw against orthodox. Roach in the center of the ring. Again, very cautious. He's building the tension. And you know, we've said it many times. You watch a Tank Davis fight, it's like sitting on the edge of your seat during a blockbuster thriller. You know that a twist is coming, but the suspense is half the fun.
Yeah, it's just a matter of when, really. But again, Roach, smart round. He's not throwing a lot, but being cautious, being smart. He knows he cannot make mistakes against Tank.
And you look at this lightweight division, of course, a new star on the rise. Another Davis added to the championship mix with Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Vasily Lomachenko.
How about the talent?
So much talent, and you know, there's hope that they will start to mix it up. There was talk that Davis would face Vasily Lomachenko before Lomachenko pulled out and then had the back injury. But here we are in Brooklyn for this championship fight. And
don't get greedy when you're in the road.
Don't get greedy. Lamont's dad telling his son.
Like that, all right? The ref already told you about the clinches. You know what I'm saying? Work your free game. You try to sneak one in there and you tried. That dirty shit, but it's all good. All right? Put small pressure.